Hello guys and welcome to Base Watches. Panda dial watches, a category of chronographs that derive their name from their two-tone dial colorways, which are typically characterized by black subjewels on a white main dial, have transitioned from a niche favorite to a widely popular genre among collectors and enthusiasts who appreciate their high-contrast sharpness and legibility. Even in an era of watchmaking when bolder and brighter colorways seem more dominant than ever, there is something about the black and white simplicity of Pandas and their mirror image cousins, the so-called reverse Pandas, white subjewels on black dial, that still strike a chord. Here are 5 of our favorites. So without further ado, let's get started. First up on our list is the Tudor Black Bay Chronograph. Tudor, a brand that's been making waves in the watch community, has hit the mark once again with this stunner. The Tudor Black Bay Chronograph features a robust 41mm stainless steel case that exudes both elegance and durability. Its dial is where the magic happens. A crisp white background with contrasting black subdials at the 3 and 9 o'clock positions, giving it that iconic Panda look. One of the key highlights is the snowflake hands, a signature element of Tudor watches. These hands, along with the applied hour markers, are filled with luminescent material, ensuring visibility even in low-light conditions. Under the hood, the Black Bay Chronograph is powered by the MT 5813 movement, which is COSC certified for its accuracy. This movement is based on the Breitling 01 and features a column wheel chronograph mechanism and a vertical clutch, ensuring smooth and precise timekeeping. So, there you have it, the Tudor Black Bay Chronograph, a masterpiece that seamlessly blends style, functionality, and heritage. It's no wonder this watch has secured a spot in our top 5 best watches with Panda dial. It would be impossible to discuss Panda dial chronographs without mentioning the Rolex Daytona. Originally introduced in 1963, the Daytona quickly became an icon. The oyster steel case, coupled with a white dial and contrasting black subdial rings, evoke a sense of heritage while at the same time being fundamentally modern. Not many watches can straddle that line so perfectly. It may be mostly pointless to discuss the Daytona in the context of getting one, but it's so iconic that this list would feel incomplete without it. After all, the reason we love Panda dials so much is because of one very famous watch. The dial of the Rolex Daytona is a masterpiece of design and functionality, characterized by its distinctive black subjewels set against a crisp white background. Reminiscent of the iconic Panda color scheme, the dial offers exceptional legibility and clarity. The contrasting black and white color scheme not only enhances readability but also adds a touch of vintage charm to the watch's overall aesthetic. Let's get the hard part out of the way first. This is not a small watch, and it's not a thin watch. The stainless steel case of the PX Chrono measures in at 41mm wide by 41.5mm lug to lug and a beefy 14.5mm thick. The measurement that affects the watch the most has to be the thickness, which is dictated primarily by the automatic chronograph movement inside. To accommodate such a movement, there's just no way around having a thick case. Tissot's approach to dial design is straightforward, resulting in a legible dial with tasteful finishing. The dial features 3 chronograph subjewels at 3, 6, and 9. The dial at 3 tracks up to 30 minutes, the dial at 6 ticks up to 12 hours, and the dial residing at 9 is for the running seconds. A central seconds chronograph hand takes care of timing seconds. One thing you won't see on the Tiso PX Chronograph is a tachymeter scale. Even though I feel like it's a necessity on a Speedmaster or Daytona, I don't miss the scale here. The 05H31 is based on the classic automatic chronograph 7753 movement from Valjoux. These movements are made specially for a few brands in the Swatch group and feature some nice conveniences over the base movement. So, who's the PX Chronograph for? I imagine it's for someone who wants a watch with great finishing, finds the automatic chronograph movement fascinating, but doesn't want to spend a ton of money. The original Seiko Speedtimer, introduced in 1969, was one of the world's first self-winding chronograph watches fitted with the iconic caliber 6139. When Seiko reintroduced the Speedtimer as part of its sport-oriented Prospex line, it decided to replace the automated mechanical movement with a new high-tech, solar-powered one, caliber V192, which improves reliability and lasts up to 6 months on a single charge from any light source. This Panda dial variant features a black tachymeter scale bezel and a matte white dial with 3 black subjewels and black bordered hands. The hands are illuminated in the dark by Seiko's proprietary Lumi Bright material, and the chronograph displays are easy to read thanks to red detailing on the central seconds hand and the elapsed minutes hand on the subdial at 6 o'clock. There's something particularly eye-catching about the overseas chronograph that feels new and different from any overseas I've seen before. The subtle sunburst finish of the dial is great, no question, and the snailed subdials are a great touch. The 18K white gold hour markers in hours, minutes, seconds, and subdial hands, highlighted with superluminova, are all quality but expected features here. The watch is certainly massive, especially on the steel bracelet, and at 42.5 mm wide and 13.7 mm thick. The chronograph on the outside is wider than the largest Audemars Piguet Royal Oak chronograph by 1.5 mm and thicker by 1.2 mm as well. The Nautilus chronograph is smaller at 2 mm wide and 1.5 mm thick, but measurements never tell the whole story. Powering the overseas Panda chronograph is the tried-and-true in-house caliber 5200 that has been the mainstay of the overseas chronograph range since its relaunch in 2016. The self-winding column wheel movement with a whopping 54 jewels and 263 components. In conclusion, the Vacheron Constantin overseas chronograph is a masterpiece of horological artistry, combining timeless design with cutting-edge technology. From its impeccably crafted case and refined dial to its high-performance movement, every aspect of the overseas chronograph reflects Vacheron Constantin's dedication to excellence and innovation.